Hello, good morning, children. Welcome back to our channel. We have been discussing the lesson Tarot's Reward. Already, we have completed the first three paragraphs of the lesson. Today, let us start from the fourth one. First, I will read it. Listen carefully. Next morning, Tarot jumped out of bed earlier than usual and made his way to the forest. He chopped and cut as the sun climbed, and soon he was so warm that he had to take off his jacket. His mouth was dry and his face was wet with sweat. He exclaimed, "My poor old father," he thought. "If only he was as warm as I." It is expression of his feeling. And with that he began to chop even faster, thinking of the extra money he must earn to buy the sake to warm the old man's bones. This is fourth paragraph. Now let us know the meaning of it. I had left you at the story when the boy was working hard and earning little money. It made him to feel sad. So he wanted to give the old parents whatever they would ask, right? The old father asked him for the sake. It was a Japanese drink. He asked for the sake to keep his body warm, but the boy would earn little money. It was not possible for him to fulfill his desire. So next morning what he did, he woke up early. Next morning, Taro jumped out of bed earlier than usual. That means he woke up early and made his way to the forest. He went to the forest. Made his way to the forest means he started walking towards the forest. He chopped and cut. He worked very hard, chopping down. He was a woodcutter. Chopping down was his work. He chopped and cut. He chopped and cut as the sun climbed. He had gone early and worked hard to earn extra money. And soon he was so warm that he had to take off his jacket. His mouth was dry and his face was wet with sweat. Early in the morning, he had gone to the forest and cutting down the wood. He was working very hard that he had to remove his jacket, take off his jacket due to the warmth of the body. His mouth was dry, he was feeling thirsty, and his face was wet with sweat. Completely, he was wet with sweat. At that time, he exclaimed, "My poor old father," he thought. "If only he was as warm as I." He thought that his father would be as warm as he was. As warm as he was. Why? Because he was working very hard. He was totally sweat. Completely he was wet with sweat. His body was warm. He thought that even his father would be in as warm as he was. Right? I hope you understood the meaning of the fourth paragraph. Now let us continue the same. Here it is, the last paragraph of the fourth part. And with that he began to chop even faster, thinking of the extra money he must earn to buy the sake to warm the old man's bones. Thinking of the work he was doing, he started even faster. He started to work even faster. He was thinking about the extra money he would earn to buy the delicious cake to fulfill his father's dream, father's wish. I hope you understood this. Now, fifth paragraph, I will read it. Then suddenly Taro stopped chopping. What was that sound he heard? Could it be? Could it be possibly be rushing water? Taro could not remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. He was thirsty. The axe dropped out of his hands and he ran in the direction of the sound. This is fifth paragraph. Now let us know the meaning of it. He was thinking about the extra money he would earn by working hard. At that time, suddenly he stopped chopping. He stopped his work. Something he heard at that time. He heard something. What was that sound? He heard the sound. What was that sound? That was the question for him. He heard, could it be? Could it be possibly rushing water? Yes, it was a sound of rushing water, but he was surprised. Taro could not remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. While he was working at that time, he heard the rushing sound of a water. But it was wonder, it was surprising for him. He had never seen, he had never heard any sound of water, rushing water, in that part of the forest. It was the first time. He would work always in that forest and he would cut down the trees at that forest. But it was the only one day that he found the sound, right? He heard the sound. Taro could not remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. It was surprising for him because he had never heard the sound of rushing water. He had never seen a stream in that part of the forest. It was the only on that day. He was thirsty. He was feeling thirsty. The axe dropped out of his hands and he ran in the direction of the sound. He was feeling thirsty. He heard the sound of rushing water. So he dropped the axe and ran into the direction of the sound. This is the meaning of fifth paragraph. Now, sixth one. I will read it. Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. Kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly, he cupped a little in his hands and put it to his lips. Was it water or was it sake? He tasted it again and again, and always it was the delicious sake instead of cold water. Now let us know the meaning of it. Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. It was surprising for him. He had never heard the sound of rushing water and even he had never seen the any stream in that part of the forest. On that day it was a surprise for him. He heard the sound and he followed the sound and finally he saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. That there was a little waterfall, it was behind a rock. Kneeling, it is a posture. Kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly, he cupped a little in his hands and put it to his lips. Kneeling is a posture, standing on the knees, right? It is a posture. While praying in the temple, people stand on the knees, right? That is a posture. He stood in that posture and he cupped a little in his hands. He made a bowl posture by using his fingers and hands and he put it to his lips. He tasted it. Was it water or was it sake? Questioned himself. He tasted it again and again. And always it was the delicious sake. He tasted it many times and finally he he came to know that it was delicious shake instead of cold water. There was a waterfall. To to his utter surprise, it was not just water. It was not just cold water. It was a fall, a waterfall, which would give him delicious shake. I hope you understood the meaning of the sixth paragraph. Here we have the seventh one. Now I will read it. Listen. Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. The old man was delighted with the shake. After only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. This is the seventh paragraph. When the boy tasted the water again and again, it wasn't water, it was a delicious shake. It was the delicious shake. What he did, the boy Taro quickly filled the pitcher. Pitcher means container, a pot usually made of mud. He filled the delicious shake in the container, in the pitcher he had with him, which he had brought from home, and hurried home. He had left the axe and he had left the wood there itself, just filling with that pitcher, filling that shake in the pitcher. He hurried home, and the old man was delighted with the shake. He gave to his father, and his father was delighted. Delighted means very happy with that shake. After only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. After having a small bit of that drink, that delicious drink, he stopped shivering. He stopped shaking. His body was balanced. His body was in balance, and there was a celebration. He danced a little in the middle of the floor. Finally, the boy succeeded in fulfilling the parents' desire. The boy brought this delicious shake from the waterfall. Right? It was not waterfall, it was delicious shake. He finally succeeded in fulfilling the parents' desire by the blessings of the God in unexpected way. Right? This is the today's story we discussed. Watch this video carefully and be ready for the next one. Thank you. Have a nice day.